In our walks of life, there's many times where we experience things and we know people who experience things that um, are like very, very bad, um, stressful, mournful. For me, recently, well, not that recent anymore, but recently it was my grandfather passing away. He had pancreatic cancer, and it was a year ago. And I just remember it being very hard mentally and emotionally on me, my family, and but one thing I remember is having other people, friends, teachers, able to, just say something and provide comfort, and it did lighten my mood many times. And my point is that as children of God and as we walk with the Lord, it is our duty to comfort others when they're going through something. I'm at the age where you get to see some more bad things happen to your peers, and the one of the best things we can do is reach out. My first example is that I have a friend and a teammate. His grandfather passed away from a long cancer battle last month. And as I said, my grandfather passed away from pancreatic cancer. So it was definitely personal to me. I can remember what it felt like. So I made it a point to reach out. And deaths like this, where you see their health deteriorate in front of you, it is very, very gripping to your heart, and it does make you feel like lost sometimes. He told me that his grandfather was like a father to him, so that makes it even more personal to the person. So in the Bible, there's many accounts of this in the gospel, of Jesus going and out and just comforting people who are suffering. So in Mark 5 specifically, Jairus, who is a synagogue leader, asked Jesus to heal his sick daughter. Mark 35:36 says, "While Jesus was still speaking, some people came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader. 'Your daughter is dead,' they said. 'Why bother the teacher?' Overhearing what they said, Jesus told them, 'Don't be afraid, just believe.'" Now, that's something that we can tell others. We don't have the healing powers of Jesus, but we can act on what he told Jairus. Don't be afraid, just believe. After a loss or a tough time, it's easy to be afraid, not knowing how you're going to recover, not knowing how you're going to feel without another important person in your life. And it's very easy to get to be afraid, as I said. But the Lord commands us not to be afraid and believe in him instead. And that is truly powerful, because we know that in Matthew 5, verse 4, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." So if we believe in the Lord, he'll provide comfort to the mourning, and mourning being a part of this period of being afraid. So I personally, after my grandfather passed away, I grew closer to the Lord. And now, knowing what I know, I feel like it was a part of his plan for me to grow closer to him after this. Now, I always can wish that I would have my grandfather back, but knowing this, what I know now, it has brought me comfort, and especially knowing that he is always there to provide love care and comfort is really big to the mental. Every single time that somebody is going through something by themselves, it makes it a lot easier for them to feel lost and missing these things. So reaching out is a big part of acting on what Jesus said in Mark chapter 5, and we just have to reach out. And the message that Jesus commanded was quite like what we should say to others. Don't be afraid, believe in the Lord. That's kind of similar to that's similar to what you could say to somebody. We need to provide the same care and same compassion that Jesus provided to so much others. If you know anybody that's going through it right now, you need to reach out. If you think they're going through something, you need to reach out. It makes so much more of a difference to reach out as Jesus did, and go out and enact on these things, and saying, I feel sorry for you, I'll pray for you, or expressing empathy, or just being able to give somebody. It makes up a difference, and not just writing a card where it's easily shuffled through, but like actually going out and contacting them, because that makes a lot more of a difference than, let's say, just writing something that piles up with a bunch of other things. On another example, I know somebody who they just went through a big tragic and traumatic event that I personally can't believe that could happen to somebody, but it did, and it did inspire this message. Cause we had a Green Power race that day, and it was a long bus ride home, and I kept cycling back to the idea of what living that would have been like, and it kept the grip on me, and I'm still thinking about it today, the day after, and it reminds me a lot of chapter 1 of the book of Job. In the story of Job, pretty much God gives permission to Satan to test Job and take everything from him, and just to see if he'll still proclaim the Lord. And he does. He does. But this isn't the point that I'm talking about. In a swift action from Satan, Job lost his livestock and his sons and daughters. And it can show quickly how life can turn to the worst. And to have such a big event that will stick with somebody for the rest of their lives is gut-wrenching to think about happening to you, gut-wrenching to think about happening to them. And we just have to reach out. It doesn't matter if they're a close friend, an associate, somebody you barely know. Reaching out and showing care really does go a long way. Just sending a text, calling them, anything, offering your support and your conversation as a way to vent and to help them express their sorrows, and even testifying to them, or just hearing them, letting them talk to somebody, does help a lot and goes a really long way. And another suggestion I have and something that I haven't enacted on, but I wish I have, is donating to charities or causes. For me, one of the main things that I thought about was donating to cancer research and recovery. And pancreatic cancer was solved in mice recently, and it's just something that I think that I could have contributed to. And in other cases, donating to cancer and research recovery, of course, domestic violence prevention, and donating to organizations that help the victims, Toys for Tots. They're all good ways of showing care for others, and also giving gifts to show your consideration and your care for another person, because you picked out, you bought, and you gave a gift to the receiver. But my message is just to comfort the mourning. As children of God, we have to show what we would want to receive, and give what we would want to receive. And we just need to make an effort to reach out. Jesus showed his love to all who were suffering, and we should do the same. So if you know anybody who is mourning, talk to them, reach out, and just pray for them, and your prayers will be answered, and the mourning will be comforted. This is just a topic that I wanted to touch on. I don't usually speak out like this, and it was just something that I felt that I needed to do, and it was just, I kept grappling back to the idea of, what if that happened to me? And something so inconceivable really showed me how much I actually cared. So I reached out, and I think it helped, maybe. But just praying will do a lot. And I just thank y'all for watching this, and just remember to comfort those who are mourning and suffering. Thank you.